General Hospital spoiler teased that Ava Jerome Mason Gatlin will fall off the cliff in Pautuck. However, it is more likely that Mason will be the one who falls off the cliff than Ava, because Dex Eller Austin Gatlin will save Ava. Both of them are searching for Ava's location after learning that Ava was kidnapped by Mason. Fans know that Masons follow his boss Sarah's renewed order to make Ava disappear forever. Of course, the order was given to Mason carrying out the kidnapping of Ava from Bentonville. Mason bundles Ava into a car and travels to Pautuck. In the process, Mason takes a brick and puts Ava in a secret basement. The movement then continues and Mason stops at a cliff. Fans will see that this cliff is similar to the cliff that Nell Benson fell from. But note that the cliff that Mason took Ava to is different from Nell's location. After that, Mason took Ava out of the car and stood close to the cliff. Mason intended to push Ava down there, and Ava opened her mouth to persuade Mason to give up his intention of killing Ava. Ava argued that Ava also has Africarenta and Ava doesn't want to end her life right now. Mason said there no going back, even though Mason gives up on pushing Ava off the cliff. Mason believed that the police and Sonny Corrento and others are conducting a search for Mason. Mason argued that Mason has no way back, and Mason's boss will not spare Mason's life if Mason does not take down Ava. Of course, there is something in Mason's mind that makes him start to regret taking down Ava. Ava began to feel hopeful and continued to persuade Mason. Ava said that Ava would keep the secret that Mason had kidnapped Ava. Ava would tell everyone that Ava needed to rest and relieve stress. So Ava's sudden disappearance was because Ava didn't want anyone to bother Ava. Ava has proactively not contacted anyone, and with that argument, Mason will get away with it. Mason doesn't trust Ava, but Mason had a chance to get out of this trouble. That's why Mason would make a call to the boss. Mason turns away and calls Cyrus, who say Mason intends to spare Ava's life. Of course, Cyrus didn't agree and was extremely angry, but Mason didn't care about that. Mason thinks that if Mason releases Ava and flees down, Cyrus won't be able to do anything Ava. And even if Ava betray and expel Mason crimes by then, the police could not find Mason. After that, Cole Mason will release Ava. It is worth mentioning that Austin or Dex or even Bo will arrive right when Mason is on the fall. They believe that Mason is on the fall from his boss and that after that call Mason will murder Ava. They rush to attack Mason to rescue Ava. During the brawl, one person fell off the cliff. That Mason is probably Ava, but many predictions show that it is highly likely that the person who fell off the cliff was Mason. Because Austin and Jack's attack was unexpected and Mason wouldn't have time to react. Ava would be saved and returns home safely. Of course, the police will also be called soon after, perhaps the cliff, and Batak is where Mason will lie forever.